All right, what's up, my brothers? In this episode of Dumb Stuff I Do for $250, Alex, that's basically what these emails are starting to boil down to. It's guys complicating their lives and justifying why. And this is one from a 26-year-old guy who's new to the United States, from a foreign country. We're going to keep him anonymous, but let's hop into this so we can see how this guy's messing up his life. Hey, Rich, I'm 20. By the way, first things first, guys, please use paragraphs, okay? It makes it very hard for those watching to follow, and it makes it harder for me to read it as well. I'm going to work with this one. I'm a 26-year-old guy in the US, came here 5 years ago. When I came here, I was out of shape, doing odd jobs, and been on and off in community college. I also got in trouble when I was caught selling drugs and did 3 months in prison. I was a regular user of weed until a year ago. Imagine putting somebody in jail for a plant. This is going to change the next few years in the US. Watch and see. 2 years back, I was tired for not having any girls, so I decided to get in shape and change my mindset to alpha red pill. Got in shape, got a job in bank. I don't know if you mean at a bank or making bank. Anyway, got my first girlfriend. She asked me out, which was a married woman with a kid. Okay. So now he's with this married woman endlessly for 3 months. I have to try to soften and water down the tone for the YouTubes, but you guys can read that. It was good. She would, anyway, sounds like she was satisfied, but he says he was dying inside because he really did not want to be doing it to the guy she was married to. After 3 months, he got the balls to block her and look for other girls. Dates two other girls who also asked him out. After that, got intimate with them and ended up blocking them too. Okay, why? I don't have any frame around that. I recently got engaged to a naive but very pretty girl who just turned 18 as a virgin and is from my culture and my old country. Seems like what every tradcon would want, right? She is deeply and crazy in love with me, and I cannot leave her because of family. I don't know if I love her, but I'm still quite guilty inside because of the relation I had with the married woman, as I think that's as I'm scared this will happen with me as well. Now, there's some people that believe in karma, right? I am lazy and cannot keep a job. I live with my mom and dad and cannot leave them and go away because they need me as they do not know English or how to drive. Well, why are you in North America if you're not willing to learn English? That frustrates me. It shouldn't be your problem. If you're going to come to a country where you have to speak a language that is different from your domestic language, you've got to be willing to learn it. You can't rely on your kids to drive you around everywhere unless you're unable to drive. Get a driver's license. You have to become mobile in North America, right? Anyway, I have not been able to keep a job for more than 7 months, and I have been fired from 9 jobs because I have a hard time taking orders. I get angry very fast, and when I'm told to do things, I have a hard time being professional at work, and I share my personal things with everybody. Dude, you should not be working for anybody. It sounds like you're cut for entrepreneurship. I mean, if you have a hard time being employed, then you should probably look at employing yourself and doing something useful that way and creating value. I have a big mouth and I'm smart and overconfident. I'm not working anymore. I do invest money for myself, mom and dad, and I've done okay with that, which is now $250,000 as they work full time. And we recently purchased a house and now looking to buy a bigger house. What did you start out with? Saying that you made $250 is significant if you started out with $25,000. But if you started out with $240,000, $250,000, nothing, right? This is the sort of frame that we need to establish here, right? Anyway, I just want to run away to a new state and start fresh on my own, but I cannot think of what will happen to mom and dad if I do that. I'm looking for a new job in tech, but I'm scared I will be fired again. I have gained a lot of weight and I have no friends. They think that I have an ego and have not left the house in 3 months as I am scared of being judged. Sorry, and I have not. Okay, so you have no friends and you're unwilling to leave your house because you're scared of being judged by people because of your personality. I have no motivation and I want to become a I have no motivation, but I want to become a multimillionaire. I want to be intimate with lots of girls, but I'm unwilling to approach them. Same sort of thing, right? Complicate life, justify why. This is what so many of you guys do today. I want to feel love, care, and have good relation with this girl and feel motivated and be humble to keep a job. What do I do? What do I do? Well, you can start by not complicating your life and justifying why you do it. What are you doing? You can't work for anybody. You've clearly got a problem working for people. You have issues with women, flat out. I'm not really sure why you're dating married women. I'm not really sure why you dated those two girls that you were intimate with, but then blocked them. You didn't clarify that. You now have every tradcon's dream, which is a 18-year-old virgin that worships the ground that you walk on, but you're unwilling to, take that further to see where that goes. And I know, listen, normally my blanket advice for guys in their 20s is don't get into long-term relationships, work on yourself, build the foundation for your life. You're from a culture that exemplifies marrying the 18-year-old version. So fine, I'm not going to say what the culture is, but I understand it. That's an option on the table for you. The other option is, of course, spend time on yourself and level up and get the hell out of your parents' house, become a man, sort of thing. You don't have any friends. You have a hard time being social with people. It sounds like you've locked yourself in your house for 3 months because you're scared of being judged, and you have no motivation. And even though you have no motivation, you want to become a multimillionaire. I swear to God, I don't even know where to start with this one. You are a socially awkward plugged in beta that thinks that they deserve, wealth and beauty and success and all this sort of thing. But like a lot of guys out there, you're unwilling to do the work. How many times do I have to say it, guys? I am not going to establish the framework of A, B, C, D, all the way to Z and what's required to become successful and level up and become the 1% out there. You're going to have to, for a guy like you, unplug from the crap that you subscribe to. And I think you recognize that, if we're being honest. I think that you recognize that you do things that get you fired. I think that you recognize that messing with married women is not a smart idea. I think that you recognize living with your parents and staying with your parents because they don't speak English or want to learn how to drive. Those are not your problems. I think you recognize those things. I think you recognize the problems. So why are you sulking to me about what do I do, Rich? The answer is simple. Do the work. That's what you do. You get on the horse, go for a ride, and start doing the damn work in your life and exploring better options other than being locked in your parents' house for 90 days at a time, being scared for being judged, and not having any friends to network with. Man, get out there. First of all, you're fat. Okay. Yeah. I mean, at 26, if you're living in an obese body and you're not healthy, that's the starting point for most guys. Okay. Go join a gym, join a dojo, take up a combat sport, learn how to be lethal, live in a strong, competent, masculine body with a 1.62 golden ratio. Have you read my book? It doesn't say anything in your request that you have. I cover a lot of components on what you need to do. Go get the Unplugged Alpha if you haven't got it. Pinned in the top description. It's in Kindle, print, and Audible. Read the damn book. If you guys come at me with more clarity that I can work with, like why you keep getting fired specifically, why you ghosted and blocked those two girls that you dated, sort of thing, it helps a little bit more. Writing in paragraphs too, please. Thank you very much. But don't overcomplicate your life, dude. Like, why? You clearly understand that you're doing it. And if you don't, I hope you do now, because this is what I'm offering you, is some clarity on the dumb things that you're doing. Sometimes in life, guys, especially when you're starting from this point, it's a lot easier to define what not to do than to define what to start doing. Because for you to start doing the right things to get the better results in life that you want, that you're asking for, there's certain things you need to let go of, which we've already clarified here, which I hope you'll take my advice on. My show on Monday night, The Unplugged Alpha, is a podcast you can call in on. I'm happy to chop it up a little bit more on topics like this for guys. Feel free to call in. It's, again, every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel. You'll know about it if you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell. You should also explore in the top pinned comment some of the books that I list in my Amazon bookstore. And I mean, if you're sitting at home for 3 months doing nothing because you're scared to leave the house, at least you can use that time to get an education and read some of the material that I recommend guys consume so that they can level up and become that. I mean, what you're saying is you want to become an Unplugged Alpha, but you're not willing to do what's required to get there. You see the disconnect. Okay. Start to connect those two things and you'll get the results that you want out of life. I'll leave it on that note. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Leave a comment below if you guys have experienced anything like this guy is talking about. Maybe you can offer some insight beyond what I've mentioned. Smash the like button, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.